Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Miss Sunita.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good to see you today.
Oh, it's absolute honor to connect with learners every time. How are you
Mhm.
doing today?
I'm doing excellent.
And do you see the shift in confidence now? When you are HR, you're still quite restrictive. I have to ask the questions, go
Mhm.
away. When you compare that Sunita to now, how
Mhm.
do you see that transition? Do you see there's any difference?
A huge difference, I would say, because from the time I have started interacting with people, it brings lots of perspective, challenges, and opportunities for you to even, bring that confidence in yourself. So I've seen a huge difference in my confidence, and now I'm this much confidence that I can talk to anyone. At some point of time in my past, I was little nervous because I was not I was a kind of timid girl and was not very confident enough to talk to someone who is better at speaking than me. But then I jumped into it, and I keep on trying interacting with people who are better than me, and now I am pretty comfortable talking to anyone who's in front of me.
Wow, absolutely. I think if you've connected with just similar people, then you will not be able to upskill more. But when you connect with somebody who's expert or who's professional in the field, will definitely help you upskill. Right?
Absolutely, that is how I've joined English Shari.
I am excited to know now how you came to know about English Shari.
So YouTube is flooded with English Yari videos, and I mostly admire your videos because whenever YouTube suggests your videos, and no one can just skip your videos because they are truly admiring, and your voice is truly appealing, and I marvelous. I would say I would fall short of words to admire your voice and your knowledge, your vast knowledge in this field. So like the YouTube is truly flooded with English Ari videos, so we cannot resist watching it. And when I had been watching videos on English Ari, so I got that influence that I also want to improve, because I've seen many learners had this immense transformation in their confidence level, in their communication skills while being on English Ari. So I thought of subscribing to it, and I did, and I felt the same way.
hmm Every day we encounter a lot of people who are
Mhm.
working professionals who want to upskill. But one thing which I always find common in them is they focus a lot on their core skills, but they somehow
Mhm.
forget improving their valuable skill, which is English communication. How did
Right.
you take this step? What made you feel, okay, I need to improve my English? Because your English was fair enough.
Mhm. Okay, so actually, I was caught in this cycle of web of illusion, I would say, this Maya Jal, wherein we are taking care of family, taking care of responsibilities, but somehow we forget ourselves. So, but out of the blue, I thought again, that thought hit me that you have to do something, right? Always in my heart, I was always wanted to do something on my own, for my own. So I thought that what can I do while managing my family, managing my kids? There should be something that I can do from my home itself, and I need not to cut corners in context of my kids or family, right? I need not to compromise with their nurturing and conditioning. So the idea came to my mind that I feel that I have some traits of a good of a true teacher, I would say, because the patience level, the adaptability, the zeal to help others to succeed, so that is already in me. So I thought, so I just took English as a niche because I was pretty good at it, but I thought of improving because to become a teacher, to become a trainer, you need to have a vast knowledge of this subject. And this is a never ending process. Learning is a never ending process. So I just signed up to this, and I'm still learning it. So it has been 2 months now, and I'm still learning.
Okay. Do you see a change in confidence now? Because when
Immense,
you have
immense
your
change.
first conversation with somebody who knows
Hmm.
better, or I would say who has a good experience in hand, we
Hmm.
end up feeling nervous. It's a nerve-wracking experience. Oh,
Hmm.
what would I speak? What if I make mistakes? Majority of learners have this issue that,
Right.
oh,
Hmm.
what will happen if I commit mistakes here in the session? Will my tutor scold me, or will they judge me or not? So, did
Hmm.
you feel any kind of pressure as such while having a session?
I admit that mistakes are very natural. So that you have to admit that you are going to make mistakes, and that is totally fine. Tutors are there to correct you, to help you, to hold your hand and walk you through this journey, right? So there was no such feeling, no nervousness. It's just that I was open to feedback, and I was open to the challenges, the questions they were putting forth. and just exploring myself. And I've explored a lot. I've learned a lot from their experiences as well, the tutors' experiences as well. They used to tell their stories and how they have come to this point that they are at right now. And I've met many tutors, and all have encouraged me. But there were few of my favorites I would like to mention, like Sudha Prabhakar ma'am.
Okay.
And I love her for her vast knowledge of English literature and how she articulates her thoughts. Then there was Madhav sir. So his advice on public speaking, I loved that. Then there was Shrija, how she plays with English, like she was a little playful with the language, how she brings up storytelling in the context we are speaking. So they are truly motivating for me, and I look up to them. I want to be like them. So
Of course,
that's
I think
motivation you're getting.
these
Consciously, unconsciously, you're getting a lot, not just language, but n number of things, I would say.
indeed, gone are the days when you would focus a lot on your grammar, vocabulary,
Hmm.
pronunciation, and then think of speaking. Now it's
Hmm.
more of practical learning. That's we try to foster at least at English Shari through activities, as you mentioned. Right? Was
Hmm.
there any session where you felt, oh, it was a fruitful session? I will remember it forever.
Every
Any
single
moment?
session was fruitful. Every single session.
Okay, all right, that's good. And what about feedback? Sometimes we feel that what if my teacher says something which I've never thought of? Because feedback is
Hmm.
essential. In our eyes, we are the best speakers.
Hmm.
But when someone else is just looking at us, try to tell
Hmm.
these are your faults, these are the
Hmm.
areas of improvement. You told me you took it gracefully, and I think I
Hmm.
must appreciate you on that. When we are open to feedback, only then we can learn.
Right, right. And those feedbacks were constructive. They were for my own growth only. So I should not feel offensive on that. So yes, I'm working upon that. They told me that you should reflect on your recordings and then work upon it. And that is a valuable advice, I would say. The most valuable advice I've got till now from any tutor. That you should
Okay.
reflect on your recordings, on your mistakes, and then work upon it.
So should I consider that these recordings we provide help learners in general?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Coming on to this feedback part, I remember when I started learning English as a language, I would receive a lot of feedback from tutors. Hey, we should always have a good eye contact, or maybe the person who's talking to you must feel comfortable or at ease with you. Was there any feedback which made you feel, oh, now I need to work on this? Any particular feedback in general?
Hmm. Actually, every feedback was nice for me. They told me that I have a good pronunciation skills, I have a good articulation skills. But I know, like, I myself know that I have some areas of improvement, and there is always a room for improvement. So I have to work upon my advanced sentences. I have to bring some idioms and advanced phrases to my English. And a few of the tutors also mentioned, I would say. So I'm working in that direction.
Okay, any session you felt, oh, I didn't like, you can openly share the feedback today.
No, I don't like to do that.
Any particular okay, all the sessions were good. Should I consider that?
Yes, yes. Almost every session was good.
Oh, okay, I'm very happy. See,
Hmm.
I think when we receive feedback from tutors and we receive feedback from learners, only then we can improve on the product, isn't it? So I'm
Right,
going
right.
to remember this for sure, whatsoever pointers you've mentioned. One common question I get from learners is that how should I get to know that am I improving or not? Right. For that, we try
Hmm.
to make sure that we give you recordings or provide you with
Hmm.
the feedback at the end. I want to know from you, how do you follow these? Do you go through your recordings every day to check your performance or no?
Not every day. I'm a mood driven lady, I would say. Whenever my mood dictates me that you should do this section, then I do. So when I'm in a mood to improve, in a mood to, in a mood of active learning, then I definitely open my recordings and reflect on that. Not all the time, I would say. Not all the time, not every day, but whenever my mood drives me to learn, to do that active learning, then I definitely do.
This brings me to a very interesting questions. People say that does daily English speaking practice help? I think who better than you can answer this question?
It will definitely help because we are speaking Hindi from the very childhood. That is why we are fluent in this language. We have totally immersed ourselves in that language. That is why we are fluent. So same goes with English. When you'll practice English on daily basis, then only you'll become fluent, because every day you have to come across some English content. If you use, let's see, if there is a word and you haven't heard of that word before, then how will you come to know that this word exists? So you have to expose yourself to different kind of things, and then only you'll be able to do good in this journey.
Okay. People often have this debate in their mind. Should I practice with expert tutors or should I just watch videos on YouTube or watch movies? What do you feel now? Because you have experienced both. You tried working on your English yourself, then you
Mhm.
tried taking help from expert tutors. What do you feel is the right approach? What works?
Yes. So this consumption of content is really very important, because you have to provide your brain with some inputs, and then only that output you can bring on your mouth. So that consumption is really important. But again, speaking is the most crucial part when you want to become a very good speaker. So for that, you need to interact as much as possible. And if you are if you're given an opportunity to interact with experts, so that would be a cherry on the cake. Because again, in those if I talk about English Yari, then in those 25 minutes